So, you want to survive and don't starve? Then I, Flashfire Fletch, will show you some tips and tricks and what to do after your first 10 days. First, we need to gather more rocks and also niter. Niter is obtained from these boulders and can be used to craft endothermic fires, which allow you to stay cool in summer. When picking the rocks, you want to keep an eye on the durability of the pickaxe and unequip it at around 3%. This is because a pickaxe is needed to create a thermal stone. More on this later. As evening falls, I get my first warning of impending doom. Before the garland decides to rot off my head. This may be a good point to equip some armor and get ready for the battle ahead. As a small tip, only equip one piece of armor at a time, as you do not gain extra protection for wearing more than one piece. Finally, the evil hounds arrive, and you can hit them twice and then move away and then hit them twice again to avoid damage. As you get further in the game, more hounds spawn in each wave, so it's a good idea to prepare accordingly. Now, remember those depleted pickaxes? Well, it's time to turn them into thermal stones. I like to make 2, because there's nothing more attractive than a pair of hot steamy balls. After murdering some spiders, I get bored of not getting the silk drops I desire, so decide to go to Spider Heaven to murder me some 8-legged abominations and destroy their homes. Spider dens will always drop silk, more the bigger they are, so make sure to aim for the level 2 or level 3 spider dens to get a bigger drop. Also, a small tip, keep an eye on your spear durability. You don't want to start spider warfare with naught but your mitts. In the evening, spiders come out, and they come to you, so make sure you don't get too overwhelmed. Before you know it, it'll become Spider City. Make sure to build a fire away from the spiders, and use their glands to heal yourself by a whole 8 health. Again, circle the fire in blissful ritual to call the spirits. Haha, banter. Be careful not to hit spiders too close to their den, or an army of them will appear, including that big guy over there. That is a spider warrior, and he jumps, so fuck that, and run. Anyway, after killing a bunch of spiders, I decided the next thing I needed was petals, so I pick a bunch in order to make it rot. Remember, each flower picked adds +5 to your sanity. Yay! While doing this, killing butterflies and eating them heals you for a whole 8 health as well, so make sure to chow down on them when you can. Back at base, be sure to chill any food you've collected, including monster meat, and get dinner cooking. You will be probably hungry after killing all those spiders. Drop the petals on the ground so they rot faster, and make yourself a couple of nets. Now this part is important, so make sure to listen carefully. We need nets to catch bees, and we need bees to make a bee box. No way, I know. You need to craft 6 boards, enough to make 3 bee boxes. As you can see, our twigs have regrown. Goody. So harvest them to replenish your stock. Try not to wait around in the evening. Chop some trees to pass the time. After all, having wood is beneficial for all. Before your journey for bee slavery begins, make sure to craft yourself a beekeeper hat, as this will stop you getting fucked up by the bees. And speaking of getting fucked up, stay away from the beefs when they get red butt syndrome like this. They are in heat here and will smash you into a pulpy mess. Anyway, let's go catch some bees. Remember to have that beekeeper hat equipped and use the net to catch the bees. On doing so, a swarm of killer bees, for those of you that don't know, they are the red ones, will fly from the hive to sting you in the face. Don't catch these bees, as they do not count towards the bee box. The mathematicians among you We'll have already worked out that we need 12 bees to craft 3 bee boxes, and once caught, use the rest of the durability of the net to catch butterflies. The more the better. Butterflies have a chance to spawn from flowers, but will not spawn during the evening or at night, the same as the bees. So make sure you are quick when capturing these bugs. Now, the fun part. We need honeycomb to make bee boxes, and the only way to get it is by destroying their homes. Taking down a hive of killer bees is hard enough, so try not to get sucker punched by some dirty spiders who clearly have a severe case of FOMO. As a side note, beekeeper hats do not protect you from 8-legged abominations. Night falls and I manage to get my spider-bitten ass back to base. I make the bee box, but don't place it, and have a tasty supper of leftover meatballs. Yummy. You want to place the beehives fairly close to the base, as they have a weird mechanic where you need to be close by for them to produce honey. About here will do. You may know that bees need flowers in order to pollinate to produce their honey. So remember those butterflies you caught? Well, through some crazy don't starve nonsense you can plant them to make flowers. The less said about that, the better. I catch a couple more butterflowers to plant, and then attack some more hives. If you, like me, are very pro-bee and don't like the thought of killing them, think of it more as relocating the bees rather than cold-blooded murder. That kind of delusional thinking will take you far in this game. After collecting the last of the honeycomb, I decide to take my revenge on the spiders that tried to kill me the previous evening, and destroy their family as well as their home. This should send a message to all the other creatures not to mess with Wilson. Remember though, we are relocating them, and we can do so by picking up spider eggs dropped from tier 3 dens. As evening fell, we created our second and third bee box, and now they are ready to make sweet, tasty goodness for us. I plant the spider eggs to the side, a fair distance from my base, and throw 1 meat, 1 monster meat, and 2 honey into the crock pot. The spiders and bees have really depleted my health, and so eating jerky will restore a massive 20 health, which is why drying meat is very important. Ah, the crock pot has finished cooking, and look what we've got here, honey ham. Honey ham heals you for a crazy 30 health, as well as fills your belly by 75 hunger points. Goody. Meatballs is probably your go-to food, but if you need to heal in a pinch, then honey ham is the food for you. This is why we went through all that trouble with the bees. If you find yourself at nighttime with not much to do, make sure to look through the Inventions tab on what to make next. An umbrella is always good to craft for a rainy day, and also a tent. Tents, believe it or not, allow you to sleep through the night and replenish sanity. However, your hunger will take a hit, so make sure to have some tasty breakfast ready. Day 16 and I decide I need more logs. Take note that you only get pine cones from the large trees, so only chop them down. You can create another tree farm away from the first, so you always have trees to cut. Right, time to harvest some honey. Remember to equip the bee hat, as the bees will try to sting you for relieving them of their sweet, sweet honey. Day 17 comes about, and as you can see, my beard is touching my balls. So it's time to shave that fucking thing off. Note, having a beard for winter helps you keep warm, so it could be worth keeping. Right, it's time to go babyface. Yay! Remember to pick up the beard hair and throw it in a chest for later. Today we need charcoal, so off to the forest. First, make sure to cut this wooden monstrosity down. It will grunt at you as you do so, but quite frankly, there is no room in my life for a nightmare like that. You get living logs from this. However, the only living log I need is this guy. Right, time to get some charcoal. It's quite simple. Burn it all. Afterwards, chop down the burnt trees. Ashes will blow away, so make sure to collect them first. And then just keep chopping. If you're running out of space in your base, make sure to craft another chest to store more of your stuff. Next, use the charcoal you collected, along with the rope, to create drying racks. Each drying rack uses 3 rope, and 1 rope is made from 3 grass. So again, the mathematicians among you will know that you need a whole 9 grass to make 1 drying rack, which is why collecting grass early on is very important. You can make as many drying racks as you wish. I've gone with 8 here. And now you can dry monster meat to make monster jerky, which lasts a lot longer. Next, I use the charcoal to make myself a 3rd crockpot. You may think, is 2 not enough, Fletch? Well, no. The more crockpots you have, the faster you can make food. And after all, the game is called Don't Starve. Keep gathering resources and plant those pine cones we picked up. The petals we left have now turned to rot. Yay! Rotty! Which means we can now fertilize the grass we planted. And don't forget to harvest that honey too. At the end of day 18, it starts to rain. As I am playing the vanilla game, there is no wetness meter here. However, using the umbrella we created will stop you from becoming moist. There are many different recipes for the crockpot, but you can put 4 honey in there to create taffy, which gives you a chunk of sanity at the cost of a small amount of health. Though it seems obvious, your fire will go out faster when it's raining, so make sure to keep on top of it. Ah, Zeus finally sneezed. As you can see, our lightning rod got hit by lightning. If we didn't have it, the bolt may have hit Wilson, or even worse, our new drying racks. And that would have set the whole base on fire. Neglect to make one at your own peril. Right, remember that swamp we didn't explore? Well, now is the time. I decide to leave Chester outside the swamp, as I care for him deeply. Don't hurt him. No, Chester. No. Pick up reeds, but make sure there are no tentacles nearby, or you'll end up in some Japanese-censored anime. Make sure you've got your helmet on, as one hit from these tentacles can really sting. Hey look, here is a 3-way between worms, tentacles, and spiders. That's one orgy I do not wish to be part of. Luckily for me, there is a grass area in the swamp, which allowed me to make camp for the night. As day 20 begins, I continue to explore the swamp. I find this area, which holds a thing, but more importantly a gnome, which is a nice decoration around the base, or can be traded to the Pig King for goodies. I finally finish outlining the swamp and pick up Chester to head home. I collect my jerky from the drying racks and forage my berries. From the reeds we collected, we can now make papyrus, which is a fancy name for paper. At this point, food is no longer an issue, and we should be ready for whatever the game throws at us next. And that's it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck in your Don't Starve journey. You'll probably need it.